Alrighty, welcome into Chalk Talk Social. It is Tuesday, June 16th. It is freaking hot in Seattle. I'm sweating profusely. We got Iman over there with the dark shades on today. Coming off the Knicks Finals Championship, first in 53 years. Jalen freaking Brunson, undisputed Finals MVP, newly minted Knicks legend. OG Anunoby was stoned as all shit on his interview with Michael Strahan and that crew today. He was just out of it. That was a lot of viral clips from that one. In case you missed that, go look up at OG Anunoby, cooked out of his mind in some of these interviews to follow up on Monday following the championship. Had a lot go on this weekend. But Iman, what is going on? How you doing? I know you watched
already
that game.
know. Yes, I was in there as I got my Argentina jersey on today. As y'all can see, World Cup going on. My light is bright, so I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But hey,
We got it.
on in. Yeah.
Light blue and white. Yep.
You can see me. But hey, listen, I watched the game. San Antonio young, a lot of issues going on with them. Wemby got to learn to close. Fox got to get traded to Houston. I would love that trade. Bring him to Houston. Everybody think he's bad. I think he's good. I think he probably just was hurt, just sometimes out of it. But hey, I would love to take him in.
Yeah, especially with James Harden in charge of that misdemeanor. Y'all could use a body.
Listen,
he's not even on Houston. He's not on Houston.
Van Fleet is our point guard, but we don't know if he's going to come back. I think Fox would be a great pairing with KD and the young staff we got. But other than that, man, I'm chilling, man. Hey, listen, shout to the dweebs in the comments. Let me start off. Can I start off, Austin? Say, can y'all leave me the hell alone with the you don't know ball shit? Y'all don't know ball. Just because you're online and you can read Google and go on ChatGPT, you don't know ball. If you swear you know ball, come on this show. I'm going to put the whiteboard behind me, and I'm going to show me something. Some of y'all don't even know what a stem stacking a DB is. You tell a receiver to stem and stack the DB, and y'all wouldn't know what that is. If I told you to show me a cloud coverage, y'all wouldn't know. Some of y'all don't even know what a 1-2-3 technique is. What gaps that linebacker should listen. I'm telling you, there's not 30 people in the United States that know more football than me. There's not 30 people.
Head coaches in the NFL even.
There's not 30 people, Austin, who know more football than me. At the age of 20, I was called a phenom because I was designing offenses. And I'm not bragging. I was designing offenses that people run and do today. And I'm talking about concepts and combinations at receivers, run game, how to block things. Listen, all y'all just talk it. I really live this shit. I've coached 7 pros. So just people know I coached 7 NFL players. 7. And my nephew
that's 7 more than most folks.
And my nephew's going to be the 8th. So he's the only one that really matters.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was this big. So
shut
your ass up.
Hey, they know how to assemble a lineup though. Like that's what they think. And I was like, y'all come on here and do it quick. You got 10 seconds, not even, to make your answer. See who you forget. I mean, I won't lie. I mean, that last one, we're learning. We're going along. We just started. We're going to get better. Our depth is going to get better as we go. We'll do it. We'll run it back again today, see what we get out of it. We're not going to do the top 10 just for some scheduling conflicts with today. But Joey did give us some great notes. Obviously, the biggest thing that happened before we start recording. And we talked about before, Brandon Sorsby potentially entering the supplemental draft. He decides, he got we talked about it like a couple episodes ago about how the NCAA approved him to essentially come back and play for Texas Tech. The boycott stuff, he is now actually going to enter the supplemental draft. And I got to say, that's the right move. Again, like we talked about, if I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'm using my 3rd round pick on him, especially after what I'm seeing out of Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson both being in, they ain't looking elite, and neither of them are elite. And if that's your case and you're trying to pick between 2 non-elite quarterbacks to be your quarterback, then you could probably consider a guy like Brandon Sorsby, who's considered the top 2-3 pick in next year's draft, who you can get for a 3rd round pick. Man, the Browns are Jets, man. They better be using that on him, and I'm glad he's doing this and making it happen right now. It's also going to be really interesting to see how that shakes up for next year, because one of those teams who you would think is going to be battling for those top 3 picks next year, they're about to get a guy in the 3rd round that they would otherwise have to use a top 3 pick on. And now you can use that pick in a slew of different ways, potentially trade back, get more picks. So I think it's going to cause a massive shakeup at the top because I think one of those teams are going to get Sorsby in the third round of the supplemental draft.
I mean, I don't think he's that good. I thought it was pretty honorable that he's doing that. It's kind of being the team guy, less distraction, but you're putting Texas Tech in a funny situation because there's no going to get a Porter quarterback now. So whoever was on that roster,
you better be ready.
You're up. Yeah, you up now. Hey, that backup. But that's the greatest thing a backup could ever hear, though, is I'm up now. So he got a shot to be able to go out there and shine. But I respect it. Hey, just get this distracting away. I already got my money. Let me just sit back, chill, get myself ready. Somebody's going to pick him up. So I get it. It was too much noise, man. Anytime teams talking about not wanting to play you and banning you out of leagues, it's like, all right, bro, you're doing the right thing by clearing the way for your school. So I respect it. I don't think he's as good as you labeling him, Austin, but he was gonna get drafted for sure.
Well, yeah, I was to say I was just kind of looking at like where the draft gurus, those experts, the Daniel Jeremiahs and those guys of the world. He was at this point pretty consensus to be a top 3-4 quarterback off the draft next year, with some people saying that, if he would have gotten to this year's draft, he would have been the first or second quarterback to go. So there's a lot of people who see him very highly in the NFL world and the scouting community. So that's what I'm saying. Either way, we're talking he's going top 10 pick this year or next year. And now a team like the Browns or the Jets should be absolutely spending a third round. They're essentially the third round pick next year with the supplemental draft and take him. That's a steal. That is a bargain. And he should end up being the highest supplemental pick to ever be drafted. Obviously, we talked about it last time. The Browns used their supplemental pick on Josh Gordon once upon a time. So they're no stranger to finding a superstar in the supplemental draft. And I think Sorsby would just make a ton of sense for them, given where their quarterback situation. You got Shador throwing footballs right at the lineman's hands up in the air. Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
That was going viral. That was a bad one. So I don't know. I think it's one of those teams would be stupid not to make a third round pick on him, is my opinion on this one. If he's top 10 in 2 back-to-back drafts, and why not?
Yeah, I mean, somebody's going to definitely take a chance on him.
Yep. And then the other thing we got happening, again, this was something we would have covered in top 10, is Tiago Splitter, another kind of breaking news from Monday, finalizing a deal to become the Bulls' next coach. He was with Chauncey Billups out there in Portland until Chauncey Billups got busted in federal takedown for being scumbag gambling and whatnot in his little operation that he was a part of. So Splitter then coached Portland to 42-40 record. Ended up playing in the playoffs against San Antonio, went to 5 games with them, surprisingly enough. It was the first playoff appearance and first winning record for the Trailblazers since 2020, that season. So now Splitter going over to Chicago, where it sounds like there was other finalists where Micah Nori, Ryan Schmidt from the Hawks, and Wes Unsled were all kind of coaches who were tied to the Bulls job. And now we'll see how that one goes. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I was surprised. Now, granted, nobody really likes to be in Portland. I mean, it's a bunch of fucking junkies out there now. But why leave a for sure playoff roster that is on this trajectory to go to Chicago, where it's sad there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't no playoffs coming no time soon. So I was a little surprised that he took the Chicago job and didn't want to stay in Portland, where you got a bona fide superstar that you can work around with Avia, and just you got vets there, Drew Holiday. I mean, I just thought that roster was better, but the East is easier to come out of now. People are understanding, hey, the East is easier. Out here west, man, you got to really get to it, and maybe the money. The money.
I was gonna say, and I think Portland's in a better place right now. But you look at what Chicago's got coming off. I don't know, maybe Joe, if you want to pop on because you're the resident Bulls fan, but the Bulls are working with pick 4, pick 15, pick 38, pick 56 in the NBA draft, and they're projected to have the most cap space in the NBA with roughly $60 million. And so if you end up getting like a Caleb Wilson at pick 4, whoever you get in that pick 4 is going to be potentially your next superstar. And if I'm Tiago Splitter, it's like, all right, well, where do I want to live? Do I want to live in Portland or around Portland, or I want to go live in Chicago right? I mean, we saw New York blow up after that Knicks finals and that atmosphere. And man, Jalen Brunson, New York City, he's never paying for a dinner or a drink the rest of his life. So if I'm Tiago Splitter, I want that treatment in a city like Chicago because Portland is shit. Like you said, it's a bunch of bums, and it's got some good food and stuff. It's no Chicago. I don't know, Joey. What were your thoughts on the Tiago Splitter signing?
It's interesting because he made that big run with Portland last year, but it seemed like Portland's new owner, like they're got some weird stuff going on there. They're cutting costs and didn't want to invest in him as much, and I think it's a upside win for the Bulls. The Bulls are not in a win now mode right now, so this is a flyer on an up and coming coach that led a team in his first time around to the playoffs. So. Mm-hmm. I think it's a fit. The Bulls are completely revamping their identity right now. So this is just added to it. You got a former NBA player. He's young. He can connect with the guys in the locker room. He's a former big man. And there was a stat today of there's only 2 head coaches in the league, that are 6'10" and over. And so he's like a big man coming into that role, can relate to the guys. And I'm hopeful it'll work. It's just Portland is a interesting place, and they might have let the wrong guy go, but we'll see. And the funny part is, the last thing is, the Bulls, with those first round picks, which they never have or never get right, so I'm hopeful they'll finally do that with a new president, they have one of Portland's picks. So that's the best part of all of this. They traded for that at the deadline, so Splitter got his pick back by coming to Chicago and gets whomever he may have wanted in that first round selection. So it's kind of funny.
Was he around your favorite picks for potential candidates? I named because of some of the other guys. Did you have a favorite? Was he even on the list for you or Bulls fans?
I hate to say this, but there's been so much apathy that this hire really hasn't had a lot of buzz. I feel like there's been more talk here about the Knicks winning than the Bulls. It's just the Bulls are finally restarting. It's not like with the Bears when they got Ben Johnson. You get the hot candidate, your rising star in Caleb Williams, playoff bound. This is a complete reset to where I don't know if this is the guy for the next 2 years or the guy for the next 15. So that's really where it's a wild card here and an open-ended question. I think who's the one from Minnesota? Nori?
Yeah.
So that probably would have been my secondary pick here because I'm just impressed by what Minnesota's done and how they've built that organization. So I think it was between him and Splitter, really. But I think the book's kind of open right now. There's not really oh my God, this is a home run, because they just don't know.
Yeah. On the bright side,
it could be 4 years till it matters.
It could be. Hey, this guy still was with that 2014 Spurs team. He played under Craig Popovich. I mean, so that doesn't suck to having played for him, be a part of some of those really good teams.
Popovich tree.
Yep, won a championship with them. So it doesn't hurt to have that kind of experience, having been around that system, that coach. I mean, Popovich's obviously the GOAT. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of upside, a lot of fun to come with it. But yeah, I appreciate your thoughts on that one, Joey. Good to hear what the Bulls fans are tapped in on that one. But like you said, though, with the Knicks, go Bucks. The Knicks, and I know Joe or Iman, you watched that game. Obviously, I think the big takeaway for me after this game or after this series is how much the youth really showed in this series against the veteran dominance of the Knicks. Right, the Spurs, they built a team worth watching for the next decade. The Knicks built a team worth trusting in the finals in the last 8 minutes, in the second half, in the fourth quarter. And in a championship series, we really got to see on full display which one of those things wins you a trophy. What was we kind of got into it, but what was your overall takeaway from this Knicks championship, from the Knicks, the Spurs, either or?
I was wrong. I said you couldn't win it all with a small guard, and Jalen Brunson is for sure. He just moved himself to top 2 small guards of all time, because his performance was unbelievable in that game. He was like, all right, enough. I want to go back home. I don't want to play another game. I don't care what they got going on here. So I was definitely wrong on that, but I was definitely right that the Knicks just had too much firepower for San Antonio.
Yep.
I just thought Mitch and Fox and Wemby, though, they're just young. I think they're going to be an issue if they can figure it out, because they've been up on the Knicks probably, if it's been 5 games, 4 quarters, 20 quarters, they probably been up 16 quarters of this whole series. Their closing has just been an issue. Just like,
Horrible.
it's like y'all don't know how to close. Wemby's not big enough. To me, he just got to hit the weight room and start forcing people. When it's time to close, hey, put me at the rim. Hey, you either going to foul me or I'm going to get up for this dunk. De'Aaron Fox, bench, Dylan Harper game, or Fox and Harper in the game, and Vassell and Champagne and them is on the bench. But, yeah.
I mean, you look at Jalen Brunson, like you said. I mean, Knicks legend now, 32 points in this series, 4 boards, 4 assists. I mean, that drive to the paint that he had with 6 minutes left, went bodied up Wemby driving to the paint, made the shot, and it was all Knicks from there on out. They eventually get the lead, never look back. I mean, he dropped 45 games in a closeout, became the first Knick to score 40 plus in a finals game ever. So, I mean, Willis Reed had 38 in 1970. And again, 15 of his points came in the fourth quarter. He just did his thing. Once again, the Knicks rallied. They were down 16. I remember we were at a party watching the game, and it was 5 minutes left in the third quarter. I was like, man, Knicks bets are popping off right now that the Knicks are going to win this shit. And they're like, oh, that seems dumb. I was like, I think everyone else has watched this series enough to know that the Spurs are going to choke this thing most likely. And we saw it. I mean, OptaStats, I've been loving OptaStats lately. One of the best ones they had on this, again, in terms of just the Spurs youth, even Mitch Johnson. I mean, just kept getting out-coached time after time after time in this one. There have been 48 total 5-game spans by teams in NBA history, regular or postseason, where they led by 8+ points at the end of the first quarter in all 5. In 47 of 48, the team had a winning record over those 5 games, all except the Spurs in this 2026 NBA Finals. They went 1-4. So you saw that. I mean, you saw obviously Dylan Harper log a shitload of minutes. Castle had a ton of minutes. Wemby still 22. So this whole thing, and even Mitch Johnson, the guys are 39, first year coaching. And you could just see it that he was getting out-coached, out-managed, out-rotated. Some of the shit they were doing didn't make sense. De'Aaron Fox should not have been on the floor. He was just an absolute liability. I mean, you talk about a max player who just shriveled up. That had to be some of the worst max player performance I ever seen on a team that so badly needed a vet to step up and pull through. De'Aaron Fox was, miserable for a guy making $230 million to go from 7 points to 20 points to 12 points, 8 points, and then game 5, 7 points on 3 of 15 shooting. Man, might have been one of the worst finals from a max player in NBA history. And I don't think that's being exaggerating, because it was not good watching De'Aaron Fox. He was not efficient outside of game 2. He was trash. And they needed him. That's the only vet.
Oh, no, for sure. And I mean, Mike Brown's been there before as a head coach. He's been there. He's won 3 titles as an assistant coach being in Golden State. So Mitch Johnson was kind of up against it, and I get it. I just think if Wemby's going to be who everybody says he is the alien. And like Joey said, they literally led 72% of the series. But if Wemby's going to be, and granted, Wemby averaged 26-12 the whole series. So no, he didn't play bad. But if he's going to be the alien and the greatest player we've ever seen, he's got to learn to close game out like Kobe, Jordan. I mean, even Shaq knew how to close game out. Just give me the ball in the post. They're either going to foul me, which they started hacker-shacking, or I'm going to throw it down on somebody. So I just think he got to learn. But what a run, Spurs. I mean, this is the NBA at the highest level, a different champion the past 8 years. We love this, though. I love this. I mean, I love parity in sports. So we'll see if next year's, if the Knicks can kind of repeat, they're going to have to get rid of some people. But, man, Jalen Brunson, man. And I'm super sentimental when I see all the the dad and the son thing, like all the old
That's
videos
right,
coming out and shit. So I just think that's fire. Just Jalen and his dad winning together. It's like just the greatest thing ever. So yeah.
Jalen did not help out in the post-game interview. He did not give a quote. He's very, very meat and potatoes type of guy on the microphone. There was you could tell her that I remember who was interviewing him. She was pulling for some type of quote out of him, and he had nothing. It was pretty dry. But yeah, Wemby did not rise to the moment, missed more clutch free throws that he needed to hit.
Oh.
He just kind of just disappeared down the stretch. I mean, yeah, young guys, young team. No one on this team has played in the playoffs, so the starters. You got all these, 4 or 5 guys, 22 or younger, playing massive minutes. And then you got Brunson doing the closeout thing. Again, I saw from Opt the Stats, second player in history, NBA history, with 45 or more on the road in a title clinching victory. Iman, your guy, MJ, the only other to do it back in 98 against Utah. So Brunson,
good company.
Good company. One of the few ever small guys to lead a team to the championship and a finals victory. But we can't let it go without stating how important OG Anunoby was in this series. Obviously, he had one of the most unlikely tip-ins, game-winning things to ever happen. Like that 1 out of 100 times he's in that tip-in. But, I mean, OG Anunoby, full-on coming-out party playoffs-wise. He had just under 24 points a game this series, shot 58%, was shooting 56 from 3, 92 from the stripe. And obviously he had one of the biggest game-altering, series-altering tip-ins in NBA Finals history, was a hero in Game 4. Game 5, he was just an absolute grinder. And just, you want to talk about another guy who just showed up when it mattered and met the moment. OG Anunoby. I don't know if they win this without the way OG Anunoby played, because Cat fouled out in Game 5. He had, 4 points in Game 5? Didn't do nothing. So it was OG and Brunson this whole final. So I've got to give him his love words due as well.
Yeah, OG definitely balled out, but because Jordan needed Pippen, so I mean you're always gonna have to have that number 2 guy that can just take it over. So he definitely earned his money this time around, and I mean this is his second championship, even though he didn't play in Toronto when they won it, but he was part of the team and played leading up, and he was hurt. He was kind of hurt in the series, so but second championship, man.
Yeah, dude, OG was real nice with it. All right. Let's move into, should we do the randomizer game? We should just rip the NFL randomizer game and do another one, see how it goes, see if we get any better, any worse, and see what kind of aggressive, we don't know ball feedback we can get online again. I said, let's do another one. So we consensus voted last time. I'm up 1-0 on the series. Let's see. I think internet was pretty split on who won this one. A lot of feedback from me that they couldn't believe I drafted Lawrence Taylor or Michael Strahan over Lawrence Taylor. Fair. Going McBride over Fitzgerald was a choice. I was banking that I wasn't going to get another elite tight end. Of course, I could have taken Gronk then afterwards.
And that's the only thing people don't understand. You got to put a lot of just quick we didn't do none of this pre-production or nothing. We didn't take any notes. So people got to understand you put a lot of thought in shit that but anyway.
It's easier to do it when you're not on the clock. All right. Well, we'll let you go first again. Iman, you want to go first? You want to take the honors?
Yeah, it don't matter. I'll take it.
All right, Joey. Let's spin it. Let's see what we got to kick this off. Oh, Commanders. What a thing.
So I'm not a Cowboy fan anymore, but it's so sad that I gotta pick somebody from the Commanders to even be on my team. Man.
Damn, that one's a tough one.
Yeah. Goodness fucking grief. Hey, let's just start it off, man. I believe in the guy. I think he's going to be legendary. He hasn't really put a lot into the NFL right now, but just give me JD3 right now. Jaden Daniels at quarterback. Why not? He had the historical rookie year, so his trajectory, he will be All of Famer. So just give me JD3 because I'm not picking no other Redskins. Like, fuck y'all.
Doug Williams could have been a nice one, perhaps. Didn't he take him to the Super Bowl once upon a time?
I hate the Redskins. There's nothing about any of them that I want to pick. I just like JD3 right now. But
all right. Buying the upside. I appreciate it. All right, you got JD. All right, let's spin that thing. Pack, what a start, man. Do I run back-to-back Rodgers on this one?
It's
well,
like
we got
they love
okay.
me.
Look, I took Rodgers last time, so I'm not going to take Rodgers this time because we do got to take defense. And because of that, I'm taking Reggie White on defense for this one, only to switch it up, only because last time I took Rodgers. So I'm taking Reggie White for my defense and sealing that one up.
Okay.
All right, spin it. Hey, Cowboys, there you go. So you just had to talk into an existence.
Yeah, I definitely talked them up. We're going to go defense. And he played for us. Is the greatest two-way player, the greatest just athlete of all time. Give me prime time for defense.
Yep. Okay. Respect that. Okay. Let's spin it. Man, some icons on defense to start this thing. All right. I got Broncos. Ooh. Why not? Let's go QB1. Let's give me some John Elway in there to be lead my team at the quarterback. I love it. I don't think it's him or Terrell Davis. I'll take John Elway though.
I wore number 7 in high school because
dude, he's a nice football player. All right, next up, Iman, you got the Texans. Not an elite history to pick from.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Goodness.
There's one guy I'm thinking of.
But I'll take a receiver, Andre Johnson.
That's it.
I'll take him. Why not? He was a beast in his time in Houston. So
yeah. Andre Johnson receiver. Was him.
Yeah.
He was. That's the only one I could think of that'd be worth it from the Texans. He was a dog. Man, was Andre good. All right. Next up, I got the Panthers. Ooh, Panthers. Well, I'm gonna do what you didn't last time, and I'm gonna go with Steve Smith for my Panthers pick on this one and get him as my first wide receiver on my squad. All right. Let's roll it again. Someone also called out last time that Reggie White played a season for the Panthers. No one
that would have been
crazy shit.
Trying to pick him.
All right, you got the Titans up. Boutte, you're getting just toasted on these rolls right now.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you now. I'm gonna take King Henry because he did play for the Titans at some point. So I'm gonna take my running back and I could have went Chris Johnson. I could have went a few people at running back there, but King Henry to me is top 5, so I'm gonna go with the King at running back.
Yeah, I can't blame you. That's your Ravens fan I'm speaking out too. Can't blame you. Good pick. All right, doing a lot with a little on that one. Next up, all right, I got the Cardinals. Well, I got roasted last time for not taking.
You got to get
Larry Fitzgerald.
You got to get your payback.
But Emmitt Smith did play for the Cardinals.
He did. He broke the record there. Yeah,
he did. Oh man, that's tough. You know what? I'm gonna go Emmitt Smith. I'm gonna keep the Larry Fitzgerald people chirping. I'm gonna take Emmitt Smith, and I don't think you can blame me for going Emmitt over Larry Fitzgerald now. And both icons of the sport.
So I need a receiver, right? Look at this.
Jets, just what you're gonna have to earn it today.
I need a receiver or a tight end.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh my goodness grief. Oh man.
There is a certain Ram who played there for a year. Just saying.
Yeah, I hate cheating like that though, man. It's like
who else is a Jets all-time receiver? Altoon? Who the hell?
Goodness grief. They would have me choosing
like Jericho Cotchery, Lavernius Coles.
If I had to go, I want to say Brandon Marshall played there. I would go Brandon Marshall. I would get the 2 big guys, even though I used to love Wayne Corbett when he played for the Jets. But I had small guy right now, so I'm going to go B. Marshall for the Jets. Goodness grief.
I mean, that's not a bad one, dude. Brandon Marshall was an absolute dog back in his prime. And I don't know I think for the Jets, how many years did he spend there? He spent 2 years with the Jets, 100 catches his first year at 1,500 yards. It's a fucking great season. All right, I need a receiver and a tight end. I got the Lions. Wow. You know that's Kelvin Johnson, Megatron. Come on. All right. I love it. My Lions have been my easiest picks in both of these drafts so far.
I need a tight end. Goodness grief.
Good luck.
Give me somebody.
Come on.
Oh, well, I got a few to pick from, but I am going to go with, I'm going to go with Not Sterling, but Shannon Sharp this time around.
Yeah.
I got to go with he's one of the greatest ever.
Mm-hmm.
He was big play Shay, so I'm going to go with Shannon Sharp, Super Bowl champion for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I can't blame you. The first guy that came in my head on that was actually Todd Heap. But Shannon Sharp takes the cake. Steelers. Now I got to go tight end for the Steelers. Man, I hope Steelers fans agree with me. My last pick last time was Steelers as well. This is weird how this keeps working out. I think I'm going to have to go Heath Miller. Long time Steeler tight end, was there forever. I think he's a fan favorite. I hope. I feel like that's the right pick for Steelers tight end. Maybe some old heads can correct me, but I feel pretty good about Heath Miller there with the Steelers. All right. Is that everyone? You got your full team?
Yeah.
All right, Joey. Let's get Joey and our official judge to decide who wins this battle. I'm up 1-0. Joey, did you write down the teams? Otherwise, Iman and I can rip our teams off.
I did.
Okay.
All right. So Iman's picks. We got Jaden Daniels, Deion Sanders, Andre Johnson, Derrick Henry, Brandon Marshall, and Shannon Sharp.
I mean, that's pretty stellar. That's pretty stellar.
It's a good squad. It's a good squad.
All right, Austin's team. We got Reggie White, John Elway, Steve Smith, Emmitt Smith, Calvin Johnson, and Heath Miller.
Oh. All right. I feel like a couple Hall of Famers on that squad, but Joey, who are you taking in this one and why?
Well, and I want to poll our audience, too, when we get a chance to, because I want them to weigh in on this as well. I'm not
That's fair.
Arbitrator of the world here, but
the audience did not like my picks last time. That's for I think I caught more flack last time than I caught on this show. But
I think these are two pretty damn good teams, but I think the difference here comes down to Iman's potential risk at quarterback versus Austin's Hall of Fame pick.
One of the great.
I think you just, because you're so, it'd like be me if I picked the Packers and I didn't want to pick anybody. Like, I think you went risky with the quarterback, because here everything else is pretty, if one's got Deion Sanders and the other team's got Reggie White. I mean, these are Hall of Fame guys.
Yeah, it's a wash.
But I think it's the John Elway factor for Austin. And even though Iman says you're cheating, the Emmitt Smith, Arizona.
He has some years there.
Put you over
How many years
top.
did he have? How many years did Emmitt Smith have?
Like 3, yeah. He like 3, but he broke the record in Arizona, so it's only right. So it's
okay.
Now I have a question for the group. I was going to ask it during, but I figure I'll make you regret it now. When you had Tennessee and you chose Derrick Henry, who's a phenomenal player, phenomenal pick, would you have been allowed to go OJ with the Oilers?
Maybe.
So you could have went Earl Campbell?
Yeah,
Earl Campbell.
You're right.
Fuck.
Like, can you do that?
Man, we didn't even think about that.
I don't know our rules.
See, that's the thing that's tough about. Warren Moon. That's the thing that's tough about this game, man. You don't think about some of these things on the spot like that. You're just thinking like, oh shit, I gotta go. I mean, you can't be mad. Like, Derrick Henry has probably surpassed
it's
Earl Campbell in the all-time ranks by the time it's all said and done anyways. So, I mean, I can't blame the Derrick Henry pick.
No, but seriously, who's ever been great playing for the Washington Redskins? I'm being honest. I'm not trying to be funny. What great players do they just have to just bounce off your head to say, oh, they were one of the greatest?
Riggins is about like the only one. Joe Theismann.
Doug
Williams.
Theismann.
That's why I thought you would take Doug. I thought you would take Doug Williams for what he did there.
1 year and nothing else after that.
Here's one.
I always like Priest Holmes, but I don't know if
you could count
the stats.
I mean, old quarterback. Sammy Ball, one of the original great quarterbacks in the league, but he was forever ago. Sonny Jurgensen, another old receiver. Art Monk was there for 13 years, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then the only other option would have been defense, really, is Champ Bailey was a cornerback to start his career there. But he made the right
Sean
pick.
Taylor.
I did fuck with Sean Taylor. Now, all right, my bad. Sean Taylor, yes. But other than that, Skins fans, y'all don't have any great players. So I had to go new era because the Skins
That's fair.
have zero players.
You got a couple tough rolls of the dice there, and you made do with what you got, and you did pretty damn good on that one. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure I'll get roasted in the comments once again more than you. People seem to not really pick apart your lineup as much last time, except for the Cam Newton pick because he could have went Steve Smith or CMC. But you made a point, man. Cam Newton, his prime was as filthy and nasty as it got.
And we just think that 1 year we're replicating their peak. And that's what's going to play on this game because it's a game. That's going to be the game. That 1 year, I mean, Cam Newton, 4,000 total yards. I mean, 45 touchdowns. Come on.
He was nuts, dude. The Superman, he earned that Superman all day. He was iconic.
Yeah,
man, he was good. He was good. I mean, the Emmitt Smith one, like he wasn't in his prime with the Cardinals by any means, but like the point of the game, hey, pick a guy who played for that team. And I was like, okay, well, Emmitt Smith is the best player by name and career accolades to ever play for the Cardinals, you could argue. So fuck it, I'll take him.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald is the best Cardinal to ever be a Cardinal, though. So I'm sure I'll get roasted for that one. Otherwise, I feel good about the squad. Steve Smith, Megatron, Heath Miller. Hopefully that's right. All right, Joey. So 2-0.
We're 1-1.
You picked Iman on this one?
No, because it's 2-0. I'm 2-0, Joey, because you picked him.
Oh, you're 2.
Yeah, you picked him last week, so I'm 0-2 right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wrote it down wrong.
I'm 2-0 on this show, but I think I'm 1-1 on social media per just given what the fans were roasting me on for the Lawrence Taylor one. So that's fair.
I'm on the show, so it's all good though. Listen, I'm the comeback kid.
You had a tough role.
We believe in you.
You had a tough role. You may do that. Jets one sucks. The Commanders one sucks. You had to make do with a lot of shit there. Even the Titans, they don't have a ton of bodies to pick from, but you may do. You may do. All right, great. Speaking of, why don't we keep going on some football stuff, though, Joey? Thank you, as always, for your expertise in judging. Why don't we stick with football? Mini camp battles are going on. A lot of things to talk about. We got new bodies, new faces, new places, shit like that. A couple of things that people have been talking about as the season comes up. Obviously, a lot of fantasy football is on the mind. We want to kind of get into our top running back duos for 2026 and our top receiver rooms for 2026. So we can kind of start there with running backs and maybe our top 1 or 2 RB duos that we're seeing for 2026. We can go back and forth on this one. Iman, you want to kick it off? Who do you see as the top running back duo in football this year?
The Texans right now with
really?
Yeah. Because I think Montgomery going into this role, he's going to be able to step out of the shadows of Jahmyr Gibbs. So I think
back to where he used to be a starter.
Yeah. And they're already calling him Knuckles and Sonic and Knuckles.
Him and Woody Marks?
Yeah, Sonic and Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with them right now. And granted, everybody's saying, what? You can't be serious. Just watch it play out. And I tell people all the time, I like to give a little parody in this thing. Like anybody can just pick the random, just go with anybody. So those are a team that Montgomery's going to help them this year because CJ Stroud's going to need a lot of freaking help because he's a bum. But I think Montgomery's going to help get that offense rolling, and that's going to be one of the best running back duo rooms in the NFL.
I mean, here's where I'll say on that one, why I don't mind that one, is what I remember a lot of Texans fans talking about last year is when Woody Marks came out of college, he was known to be a really good receiving back, and he was just not used in that role last year. Couldn't really afford to use him in that role last year. And so now you get Montgomery coming in to kind of be the powerhouse, the primary workload guy. I think you're going to see a lot more Woody Marks opportunities as a receiver and the pass game. He's a really effective pass blocker as is. And so in the way that these two guys actually complement each other, they're not the biggest names by far. Like Montgomery, you could argue is not, maybe his best football is behind him, but we saw, man, when he was a starter, he was still really effective, easily a guy who can put up 1,000+ yards. And we know he can give you 12, 13, 14 touchdowns and is an absolute bull when you need some short yardage stuff. So I think the way the tandem works and how it's going to allow them to kind of use Woody Marks to his strengths a bit better as that complementary role, I actually think it kind of works, man. I don't hate it. It's not one you would really think of at the top, but I think I could see it working. The first one I'm going to go with is Kyren Williams and Blake Corum. I think it's going to be the best duo in the NFL this year. I think Blake Corum's role, from everything I'm seeing, is going to continue to expand. Last year, we saw the two combined for 2,000 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns. Both of them finished top 5 of all qualified running backs in rushing grade last year. Obviously, Kyren Williams forced a ton of missed tackles still, 3.1 yards after contact per attempt. So he's still absorbing punishment, making work with it. 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. It's only like him, McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and Barkley who have done that since 23. Got a ton of goal line work, too. I think he might end up seeding that a little bit. But McVay still trusts the absolute hell out of him. 4th most goal line work in the NFL last year. And he got the extension. So they're committing to him. Meanwhile, you got Blake Corum, who averaged 5.1 yards a carry last year, 6th best among all qualified backs. He had a 51% success rate, which is top 12 in football. And then he kind of had a huge stretch last year down the stretch. I think he had one game with like 120 yards, ended up in like weeks 13 to 16 or 13 to 17, something like that. Had about 400 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns over a 5-6 game stretch. And he showed some big playability. So I think Blake Corum just keeps coming on slowly but surely. I think his role's going to expand this year, but those two look like they're going to be an absolute problem, and especially if Devontae can't stay healthy. The Rams haven't really done much at receiver, to where I think you're going to see a lot more leaning on these two. We know Williams can be a nice pass catcher too, so that's kind of my first one. Iman, you got a second one?
If I was going to go with the second one, I was going to go with the Indiana Bears, the Chicago Bears, Cal Monangai, and Swift in the backfield. What a rookie season for Monangai last year. The running scheme is predicated on both of them just being superstars. So I think that's going to be a good room coming in next year too.
Yeah, honestly, that was my number 2 as well. So we are lockstep on this one. I think it's an awesome duo, as much as it pains me to say it as a Packers fan. I mean, when you got Ben Johnson calling up the run scheme, you alone are elevated in terms of your status as running back duos in football. I think he's going to treat them stylistically, knows how to use them both to their advantages, where Swift can handle more passing down work. We saw him a lot. We saw him in a good 3rd down role. Monangai, I think you're going to see him take more early down stuff, some goal line stuff, some short yardage stuff. Neither of these guys should be like relegated to true backup roles. Both are like produced starter production last year. I mean, Monangai was better than Ashton Genty as a rookie. He had 4.6 yards of carries, 5 touchdowns, where Swift had over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, averaged 4.9 yards a carry. So, I mean, also with Swift, he was the first Bears running back to post 80-plus scrimmage yards in 5 straight games since the aforementioned David Montgomery in 2020. And with Monangai, then you saw that duo would just look absolutely dominant. Only backfield duo where both backs surpassed 750 yards last year. And from an EPA, I love EPA data for quarterbacks, running backs, not just because Jordan Love is always at the top of quarterback EPA data. That's not why I just love it. But in terms of rushing EPA data, Monangai was 12th overall, and I believe that Swift was 2nd overall in running back EPA, rushing EPA. So they're the number 2 and number 12 guy in EPA plus in the entire NFL last year. It's going to be a great duo. Especially as Caleb's coming up, that run game is looking like it's going to remain lethal. So I'm happy to see we're in lockstep on this one. One I wanted to throw at you really quick. I was going to see if you said it first as like an honorable mention. What are your thoughts on kind of the Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle situation over in Pittsburgh as that new duo is in there going to their first year this year?
I mean, no? I know. Last year I used to tell you I don't think Rico Dowdle is that good. I mean, he played somewhere where I watched him play. And Jalen Warren is okay. I don't think those guys are superstars. So,
no.
Yeah, no.
I don't think they're superstars. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to effectively use him last year because Jalen Warren does do some nice things. He missed I think he had the 4th highest forced missed tackle rate in football last year of all backs with 100 carries. And so I think he had a lot of after contact work. His rushing success rate was really high. So I think there's a lot of what he does. And he was also elite receiving 40 catches on 42 targets. It's dump off, sure, but we saw how effective he is once the ball gets in his hands, though. And he kind of takes away. And you saw Dowdle use the Cowboys. He's a late bloomer for sure.
He's average. He's average.
He's average. He's average. He had some huge games, though, man. When he came under the Panthers, he had some explosive games, back-to-back 1,000-yard years. He had the 206 rushing yards in week 5. Then week 6 had 183 rushing yards. Good time to be a fantasy owner for him. But, I was curious because you were a Dallas fan and you saw Zeke and Tony Pollard, and now you got these guys coming over with Mike McCarthy with Warren and Dowdle. We see McCarthy effectively leverage 2 running backs at the same point. So that's, again, kind of why I wanted to ask your opinion on it. Will it be Warren getting a lot of pass work while Dowdle takes the early down stuff? Because, neither of them have really, like you said, exploded into superstardom. They've both shown limitations, but together, it could be an interesting combination there. It might be an interesting combo.
If Mike want to win over there, he better let that arm spin, and he better let Rodgers spin. That is, Dowdle and Warren ain't gonna get it done. So if you want to win, you better let Aaron Rodgers spin.
I got no problem with old Rodgers chucking pigskin around. I love it. More of it, please, especially since it's probably the last that we will see of him. He'll be on his retirement tour this year. All right, receivers. Our top receiver rooms this year. Iman, I think you went by best duos. I kind of looked at it as like who is the best overall room, like 2-3 guys. I know you don't give a flying shit about anything out of the first 2. So you'll have to give me feedback, but I think I could probably nail down. Who'd you have as your first kind of wide receiver?
And that's why I say sometimes, Austin, I just be liking to throw stuff off left field. Granted, we all know I could have went with Cincinnati, Dallas, LA Rams.
Sure.
I could have went with a few people. So I'm coming out of left field with a rookie and a guy who's going to be healthy this year with Tyler Shuck as their quarterback. I am going with the New Orleans Saints with Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave, and even though I don't like these third guys, but Mason Tipton as my superstar wide receiver room next year, because I think Chris Olave is on his way this way. We know about those. Yeah, we know about those Ohio State receivers, and I just think Jordan Tyson was a for sure all-pro receiver if he can stay healthy. So I'm banking both of them can stay healthy. Both of them is Mr. Glass. But I wanted to add a little spice in this thing here. I could have just went with everybody know I could have just went with the Bengals or Dallas or the Rams. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just wanted to add a little something for somebody to be like,
I mean, I don't blame you. If both of them stay healthy, not only are they're both going to be 1,000-yard receiver types, dude, Tyler Shuck's going to probably be earning himself some season recognition, and they're probably making them their way into the playoffs for sure. I mean, yeah, I agree. Tyson, if he was just more healthy, he's a top 3 pick. He is a top 3 talent in this last class, and he was the top wide receiver talent in this last class. I don't think it's close. His body control, his span, his catch radius is just absolutely absurd. He's got the wide receiver 1 size at 6'2", 200 pounds. He's versatile, lines up everywhere. And then we've seen Chris Olave when he's healthy, right? The 2024 season, 100 catches, almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, second team All-Pro. I mean, 7th in the NFL receiving that. We know he is a legitimate wide receiver 1, and now you just put another legitimate wide receiver 1 right next to him. This is like another, like your Jane Daniels pick earlier, super high upside. This could become, within 2 years, maybe by Thanksgiving, a top wide receiver duo in football. And I don't think that's like a crazy statement. I actually like this one. I wasn't expecting this one. I think that's a good one.
Every now and then, Austin, I just want to just go left field, man. Just give you something to think about.
I mean, that's a good one. I really like that. I think there's a ton of upside. Now, the angle I took, like I said, for my first, I'm kind of looking at wide receiver rooms, top 3 guys. And again, this one pains me to say it, but I'm going Minnesota Vikings as my top wide receiver room. You look at Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Now they add Jawan Jennings to the mix, who was really effective for the 49ers when he was there to kind of come in to play the number 3 role, which will be nice for him. Obviously, we don't got to get into how amazing, elite Justin Jefferson is. Obviously, huge down year last year because of who was throwing the football. Jordan Addison, he missed time, and again, because of who was throwing the football. Neither of these guys scored touchdowns, but we all know Jefferson still top 2, not 2 wide receiver talent in football. Absurd talent. I think Jordan Addison, to me, honestly, a full season with Kyler Murray, presumably, who allegedly it sounds like Kyler Murray's kind of been really up and down, hit or miss in camp so far. Obviously, there's going to be growing pains there. But, I mean, 2 healthy seasons for Addison, 133 catches, 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. I think he's as legitimate of a wide receiver, too, in football as they come. big play home run guy. And then, I think that'll be just a really solid room. Juwan Jennings is a really solid wide receiver 3 that you can lock up.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm thinking twice about my Kyler Murray going to be in the MVP running, though. Have you been listening to this guy? Like, he's bitching
what'd you hear?
He just bitching about sharing. Like, he was like, the hardest thing here, I got to share reps. And, I'm used to coming in being the man. What do you mean? You got shipped away. You got to prove yourself. They drafted a guy who they really want to try to develop. What did you thought you was going to come over there and clearly, like everybody's saying, he's just not running away with it. So it's like, but he stepped in front of the mic and said, yeah, the hardest thing this year is sharing reps and not being able to have all the reps. I was like, oh my God, you're a fucking loser. Like, you as a quarterback, hey, I'm here to compete and whatever I got to do. But it scares me that you're actually sharing reps with a guy that we know's not good. I would have thought you'd have came in day one, stepped to the front. They like, hey, look, this is our guy. Clearly, you're not. So
I would have loved that Minnesota Vikings fan to be back on right now after what we've heard and what we've seen from camp so far. Because, you would think Kyler Murray comes in having the bag. This dude's forgetting he got quiet bench last year because he sucked the last couple of years when he was on the field. So he's acting like he's got nothing to prove, nothing to earn. But it's like, bro, it kind of make or break. You don't do well this year, you're done starting football. You're coming in as a guy that someone signs, be like, we'll let Kyler compete for a starting job again. You're no solidified, bona fide dude. Even now, you're struggling to beat out JJ McCarthy and stamp the job. That's concerning because JJ, I mean, as much as there's some truthers out there for some ungodly reason, not throwing in the towel on the guy, but he was miserable last year. Miserable. Long way to go. So that's a tough one. So I'm a little worried about my receiver room now that we're talking about how trash they've both been in camp so far. But my who did you have a second wide receiver room?
And then I had to go with the best after that. Dallas Cowboys. With CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and people don't know. I'm telling you, Kevontae Turpin is not bad. I just haven't. They haven't figured out a way to get him the ball more. But if you go back and look at, he's had some splash plays last year, some long passes, some good little jet sweeps. I just think they got to find a better way to get him the ball. But I mean, by far the best 1-2 combo. It's hard to go against George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. I'm just being honest. That's just like a DB's nightmare, a defensive coordinator's nightmare, game planning for those two guys. So, yeah.
It is. And the only problem with that duo is the George Pickens hasn't showed up to minicamp. And when he got asked about it, he shrugged and said, so not great. That the whole holdout situation is kind of like in effect here. I mean, I can't blame him. The guy wants his bag after what he did last season. And now you got two legitimate wide receiver ones in Dallas for Dak to throw the ball to. Like, that is Higgins and Jamar Chase is as good as it gets. Puka and Devontae as good as it gets. I think Pickens and CeeDee, when they're both on, I don't know if there's a better wide receiver duo in football. I would challenge anyone. I don't think there is, to be totally honest. The Pickens thing though, contract, that's going to be
Jerry, just pay him. And I get it. We got to see more, but when you're looking at Drake London getting paid and all these other guys get paid, just give them the money because it is. But the only thing with George Pickens, you're trying to change people on how they see you and how they think you're serious about football and how dedicated you are. I think this would be the time to and I get it. I'm not here. I understand you get injured, you fuck. But this would be the time where you could change the narrative on whether you really want to play, whether you dedicate it, what's your attitude towards it. Just show up, just play. And Jerry is known for paying people he shouldn't be paying. So if you give him one more year, Jerry's going to pay you. He pays everybody. So, but I get him though. This league, man, you're 1 or 2 injuries away from being done. So I felt with your money.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, my next room here, I'm going with, I kind of mentioned a couple episodes ago, but I'm going with the Patriots as my my runner-up for favorite wide receiver room. I know you don't like it. I mean, in terms of 3 deep, and again, I'm not going wide receiver duos. I'm thinking 3 deep, baby. I got deeper than that. I got deeper than wide receiver duos.
I don't know why you love these Patriots, man.
I don't even like them.
I would have thought you was a Patriots fan, man, because you just bringing them up in too much
I do bring him up a lot.
Tier shit, and it's starting to look. But go ahead.
I mean, in terms of three deep, it's hard to find teams that are three. Like even the Bengals, you look at their number 3, it's Andre Ilias, so whatever the fuck his name is. Turpin's nice, but again, like I don't know if he's nicer than AJ Brown, Romeo Doubs, and Kayshon Boutte. And again, I know the wide receiver duos. This is not about that because these guys don't hold a stick to some of these wide receiver duos. That's not a question. I'm not talking 3 deep. We know how good AJ Brown is when he's on, right? He's one of the best contested ball catchers in the NFL. I think he just got really not okay with what was going on in Philly, and his quarterback and the scheme was all shit. The pass game was just miserable. They invested a lot into to get him as well. So you know he's going to be a feature finally, and that's what he really wants. So I think you got Drake May was one of the best deep ball throwers in the league last year, which is my next point. Like Kayshon Boutte was one of the best deep ball receivers. He's their deep guy. He's nothing more than a really good deep guy at this point in his career. But I think in terms of how he complements Brown and Romeo Doubs, and we can sleep on Doubs. I don't think he's ever going to be wide receiver 1.
Butterfingers.
Who?
Doubs. Butterfinger Doubs.
What makes him Butterfingers?
He's going to drop some passes. I watched some games where I put him on.
AJ Brown dropped a lot of passes. CeeDee Lamb dropped a shitload of passes last year if you want to play that game.
They're going to catch a lot, though. They're going to catch a lot more, though.
You're right. And again, Doubs is never going to be an elite wide receiver 2, I don't think. But he's progressively, again, I watch every Packer game. He has progressively got better every single year of his career in terms of his route tree, how he's running routes. I mean, coaches rave about it. You could see on, what's it called? I don't remember what the site is, but like a lot of green lighting up on his route tree compared to his first and second year. He's got some playoff pedigree. In 3 of his 4 playoff games, guys got 80-plus receiving yards. So he's getting it done. The Patriots gave him $80 million.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all let him go.
I mean, I'm fine with letting him go with what we had to let somebody go. We had to. And I think Christian Watson's ceiling is far higher than Doubs.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't see how you think he's so good when know for sure Christian Watson's better than him. The other guy, Golden, I know for sure you think Golden's better than him. Dante Wicks is probably better than Dobbs.
He's gone. He's on the Eagles.
Yeah, he's on the Eagles. But you think he's better? If you would say he was better last year? No?
Not Wicks. No, Wicks disappeared from the offense for a reason. He had moments, and he just never, in 4 years, just never could break through. But the other thing about Doubs is, again, like last year, 112.7 passer rating targeted was 16th best in the NFL. So in terms of like the drop stuff, like he was Mr. Consistent when the Packers needed a guy to just catch the ball. Was him. And then you watch what he's done in the red zone. He was one of Jordan Love's favorite red zone, end zone target guys for a reason. He was making some miraculous catches in the end zone. It felt like every other week he was making a sick grab in the end zone. He was really, really underrated red zone target is what I'm trying to say here. And I've seen him make some incredible catches in the end zone in a couple years with Green Bay. He just keeps getting better. He's Mr. Consistent is what he's kind of become. He doesn't have the ceiling of Watson, but I think he's got a really high floor. That's kind of the point with him. So I think he's going to complement well. I don't know, man. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm Bills over Patriots all day long. I'm a Josh Allen stan till I die, but I like that wide receiver. I think it's very capable because they each complement each other well. I think
and Drake May didn't have any receivers last year, and now you're saying Boutte. But do you saying Boutte is a deep threat? Boutte he's the definition of his name. He's trash.
Oh, and I don't think he's trash.
I don't like calling NFL players, NBA players trash. You are the elite of the elite. I get it. I'm just comparing you to another NFL guy. Yeah. Nobody's picking up Romeo Doubs or Kayshon Boutte in no top 30 receivers. I'm telling you, it's just you like the fair. Patriots. You're a Patriots fan. I'm telling you.
It's in terms again. I'm thinking 3 wide receivers deep. Most teams don't have this type of consistency as their top 3 receivers. They just don't. You can go and find me other teams that got like a better top 3 because most of the wide receiver 3s in football, you got no idea who the hell they even are. Right? Kayshon Boutte and Drake May had one of the best connections on deep balls in football last year. AJ Brown is an elite wide receiver 1, and Romeo Doubs has been super reliable. Like I said, he just keeps getting better, and especially in the intermediate game, there's a lot of how these guys complement. The only problem is I think the Patriots are going to trade Kayshon Boutte because he's on a 1-year deal. He kind of wants out now that AJ Brown is there, so that might ruin this whole thing for me, unfortunately. But I mean, I think it's a miles better than the receiver room they had last year. When you got a quarterback like May throwing the ball to those three guys, I think it raises the ceiling for all three of them. Don't see how you get again. I mean, if you want, my honorable mention was the Packers. If we want to, my honorable mention was the Packers.
I can take the Packers over them. I'm just surprised the internet didn't tear you a new asshole with Drake May being your first pick. But I hope they find you on this one because you just giving the Patriots too much credit. But we'll see.
I looked at. Here's the thing. I went down every single NFL roster. I went through each top 3 receiver that is like projected. And there's some wide receiver 3s that have some nice potential, sure. But like, it's really hard to find like 5 or more teams that have like a wide receiver 3, like, Juwan Jennings or Kayshon Boutte, or like the Packers when you got Watson, Reed, and Golden, where they just roll 3 deep like that. It's hard to find it. Like there was maybe like 5 or 6 that I was picking from. And that's why the Patriots showed up here. It's just slim pickings on that one. But yeah, I mean, the Packers were my honorable mention with Watson, Reed, and Golden, obviously consolidating the targets. I think they all complement each other perfectly well. Golden can be your do-everything guy. Watson has proven he can kind of do everything. Jaden Reed, your gadget underneath guy. I think Reed just needs to be more consistent catching the football, but we know how good Watson is, how effective he is, how much he opens up the offense. One of the best contested catch guys in the NFL. Jaden Reed, we've seen it in flashes. He just struggled to stay healthy because like his rookie year, man, we thought he was going to be a superstar really quick. And then he kind of got injured after that, but only player in NFL history with 750 plus yards, 55 plus catches, and 6 plus touchdowns with 100 plus rushing yards and a rushing touchdown in each of his first 2 seasons. So he's that type of dynamic player. He had one of the best pass rating when targeted when he was healthy in 2023. We lost him a lot in 2025 because of the collarbone fracture, so it was like a lost season for him. They re-signed him. They re-signed Watson. They committed to both of them. That's why they let Doubs and Wicks go. They kind of picked. There's over 100 vacated targets in the Packers offense that you're going to see Reed, Watson, and Golden all get. And speaking of Golden, man, I hate when people say this guy sucks. These are people who are box score watchers that never once watched the Packer game that see that Matt LaFleur simply just did not put this guy in the freaking field for some ungodly reason. And then you saw what he could do in that playoff game against the Browns and how his ceiling, because of all rookies last year at 20 plus targets, he was 3rd best in catch rate. It seemed every time he threw the football to him, he caught it. He had some very electric moments. LaFleur just never let Love throw him the ball past 5 yards, and it made no freaking sense. But we know the talent there. We know the speed is there. We know he can catch everything. He can make the contested. So I am super high on what Golden's going to do as the other outside receiver outside of Watson with Reed in the slot. I think Reed's getting healthy. One of the most elite slot guys in football. And the reason I have this guy, the Packers, up there is because I think Jordan Love, again, like a quarterback that raises everyone's ceiling. Jordan Love has just been dynamite. Finished last year one of the best quarterbacks in football under pressure, the best quarterback in a clean pocket, the best quarterback in terms of 3rd down success. I mean, Jordan Love just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. So all these guys' ceilings get raised because of it. I don't know. I'll take the. If you want me to take the Packers over the Patriots, I'll do it.
You relapsing, but hey, them Packers gonna let you down again. So it's all
come
good.
on.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
that NFC listen. I'm telling you, Austin, that NFC gonna be tough. I'm telling you right now, and it's a little early to get into it. But I mean, you just threw a gauntlet at us, but it ain't gonna matter because you got Seattle, you got the Rams. I mean, you got smokers. I'm talking about some smoke. Chicago's getting better. Y'all gonna have to have a perfect season. And granted, you can't have it. Y'all got the talent to do it. We don't know if you got the coach to do it, but you gonna have to have an awesome season to get through that NFC this year. So we gonna see.
Hey, you have to say the same thing about the other teams. They're looking at the Packers too. I was like, well, we got to get past the Packers, the Seahawks, the Rams. I mean, yeah, the NFC North is going to be a bloodbath with Chicago on the rise. The Lions got a powder puff schedule, so they might just win a bunch of games by default, even if they don't look that good. They might end up with 10 wins that you're going to have to overcome that. Yeah, there's a lot of freaking good teams. Even the Panthers are getting better. The Saints they might look really good. I mean, NFC is not going to be a cakewalk. Every team's going to have to be kind of on their shit. I mean, it's NFL. You have to be on your shit all the time, but there is legitimate a good amount of the NFC that can make the playoffs or contend for it this year. So you're going to probably need 9-10 wins to feel good, 10 wins to feel good. But even then, there might be a couple. All right. Anything else? I've seen some stuff on Olivia Miles balling out again. People saying she's the best.
29, and she hit the game winning. I had 29 against the Vegas, but you also seen my girl back-to-back 25 game. But listen, back-to-back 25 points. Caitlin Clark putting us on a back. Come on, Indiana fever. Caitlin is starting to get her groove. She's less bitching because that's getting on my nerve watching you. I love your game. I love your intensity. I love your passion. Just get back on defense. Stop bitching about calls. You're turning into Luka, and it's irritating me. But she's starting to hoop. But yeah, Olivia Miles just put on a clinic against Las Vegas. And just, I mean, oh my God. And shout out to the UFC once again. One of the greatest events ever. And I'm not getting into the political part because I don't care about Trump. I'm just saying.
It's like the fight.
Yes, I'm just saying just the whole ambiance of the fight was Justin Gaethje. I mean, beat the piss out of Ilia Topuria. And I mean, he was considered pound for pound the best fighter in the UFC right now. And if anybody can challenge, just go look at his face. I mean, they had to stop the fight. His corner had to stop it because he couldn't see out of his eyes, his head. He looked at like the Elephant Man. I'm not lying. Cyril gone with an upset against Alex Pereira, Poatan. You moved up to heavyweight, baby. Listen, them guys hit hard up there. And Cyril gone TKO'd him. So, and Sugar Shane came back and got a knockout victory. He was like the fight before the co-main event. So it was a good event. And like I said, it was 80,000 people in the Eclipse. The Eclipse is like right outside of the White House. They had like lawn. It's like right before the Washington Monument. And it was 80,000 out there.
That's
going
nuts.
Crazy. They was going crazy. It was so many fights. If you go online and just go to Twitter, it was so many people fighting out there. It was even funnier. But yeah, that's another story.
No idea how the hell they got that many people around there. That is insane amounts of people.
And that traffic leaving there probably was just depressing.
Yeah, you know what that made me think of really quick? How the Coliseum, right? Back in the day, watching the Gladiators fight, they fit like, I think it was like 100,000 people filled that shit up. Which think about a football stadium. That's not even close to how many people were sitting inside the Coliseum to watch people die. Isn't that nuts? 100K, I think, something like that. Seeing that thing in person too is like a freaking spectacle. But even then, like you think you're inside a football stadium and it's huge, right? And it's like, oh man, double that now is what you can kind of do in the Coliseum. It still blows my mind.
I can't lie. I would have bought a ticket. I would have put my thumbs up one time too. I would have said, no, damn, get him. So I would have paid to see it. I'm not going to lie to you. I would have paid at least once to see Maximus. Yeah, Maximus go out there. You know, Maximus go out there and really do his thing. So
I'll say I might go flick on Gladiator now just to get in the mood and watch Russell Crowe do his thing.
One of the greatest movies ever.
Easily until I mean the end just rips your heart out.
Troy or Gladiator, which one you choosing?
Gladiator, only because I mean Troy. I watched it once when I was too young to appreciate it. The second time I watched it, I would kind of like fell asleep type shit, and then I've never tried watching it again. I've watched Gladiator maybe 5.
What about
times.
Braveheart, Gladiator.
I do like Braveheart, but I think for me,
Mel Gibson is like that, man.
That was a good one. I personally, I think I like the Gladiator storyline a little bit better. And again, that's why I've watched it 5 or 6 times at this point. It's just the writing is superb. The storyline is incredible. And Russell Crowe is he's iconic in that one, dude.
I think what's the guy that was the son that ended up becoming king? I think he's one of the greatest actors ever. Like,
that annoying little fuck.
Yeah, he played Walking Tall, Joker. Yeah. I mean, he played Johnny Cash.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
Phoenix, played Johnny Cash. I mean, he played the Joker. I think he's one of the greatest actors ever. So, I mean, I'm with you. Gladiator is one of my top movies of all time, maybe top 5 for sure.
Yeah, it was a good. Yeah, he was amazing at playing one of the most unlikable people possible in that movie in Gladiator. Just you like the word dweeb. He was a dweeb in that movie.
Russell Crowe's kind of a dweeb too. Coming to find out, he liked to use the word nigga a lot, but that's a whole other story. So
that's a problem. That's a whole problem.
I mean, but listen, if he's gonna listen, I'm gonna be honest. If he's gonna give me Gladiator every now and then,
you get the pass.
You can sneak it out. Goddamn it, that's one of my favorite movies. So if you can keep giving me that,
okay,
you can sneak it out with me, baby.
Pass one time for Gladiator. All right, all right. If you say so. All right. Until next time, we will catch y'all on Friday for another episode of Chalk Talk Social. Until then, we'll see.